Hi, I'm Robin Schultz with the Hoover Channel. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you'll always know when we have a new video coming up.
Call this work session to order. Let's see, Monday night, review payment of bills, minutes. Moving on to resolution number 892726, approving alcohol license for Weird Fishes, doing business as Whiskey Foxtrot. Ms. Dickerson.
There are no issues with this request from the police department or from the zoning department.
All right, any comments or questions on this item? All right, moving on to resolution 892826, authorizing an agreement with Meals on Wheels to provide meals and other services for elderly residents of the city of Hoover.
Good evening.
Michael? Ms. Coball?
That's right. This is our annual community service agreement with Meals on Wheels to provide meals to elderly in our community who are homebound and unable to cook.
Any comments or questions on this item?
How many homes do you expect to provide this year?
In the past, it's been about 12,180 meals. Now, it didn't say how many families or how many individuals that was, but
Not sure how many individual households.
I'm not, but I can see if I can get that info.
All right, thank you.
I've got a quick question. How does one request that service as a resident?
Yeah, I think it's, that'd be another thing that I need to find out.
Okay.
I don't know if it's through the senior center or if it's through United Way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other comments or questions? Thanks, sir. Moving on to resolution 892926, court referral officer contract with administrative director of courts. Mr. Harris.
Yes, sir. This is the annual contract with the State of Alabama Administrative Office of Courts to provide education, counseling, and treatment services through court-involved individuals for mental health and substance use disorders. Contract amount this year is $88,452, and it's paid at a $73.71 per month rate.
And how does that compare to last year?
It's about the same.
About the same.
Yes, sir.
Other comments or questions? Mr. Smith?
Does the head magistrate have you directing traffic later tonight?
I guarantee you don't want that.
I don't know, but the vest.
No, that's just to make sure you're looking at me when I'm at the microphone.
You got competition, Robin.
Yes, Robin has competition.
I like it, Ms. Harris.
Yes,
Thank you.
I do too.
You never know what you're going to get up here, folks. Resolution 893026, adopting the annual transportation plan for fiscal year 2027.
Hi, good afternoon. This is literally our annual transportation plan. One of the specific gas taxes that we receive, $557,557.03 annually. We're required to say what we're going to spend that on which streets. And so this year it's going to be on Shades Crest Road and on Sulphur Springs Road, and there's a map included in your packet. The segment of Shades Crest Road is west of I-65 and just north of Alford Avenue. So that's about 1.5 miles, and then Sulphur Springs Road from Shades Crest down to where it intersects with Preserve Parkway there at the Grove Boulevard. And that is 1.4 miles. But the total for those two, milling, resurfacing, and striping, is about $672,000. So we're going to resurface those streets anyway based on our condition assessment, and we want to be sure the budget we put in there is going to take up the whole amount. So
This may be a little less than what we're used to, but if I recall correctly, is that because some of those funds got pushed to the Valleydale Road project?
This
that
is
separate
not
fund?
our resurfacing contract. We are doing about $3 million in resurfacing, and this is $672,000 of that. This is just we have to communicate to you guys how we're going to use this specific gas tax. So this does not account for the entirety of the gas tax revenue we get.
Gotcha. Other comments or questions?
Yes, ma'am. Shades Crest Road is a county road, is it not?
I will verify that. The segment that we're resurfacing, I believe, should definitely be a city street, but I'll absolutely check that.
I thought that all of Shades Crest was a county road.
We have paved several other segments of Shades Crest, like with last year's resurfacing. So I'll confirm that, of course.
Well, I just wondered whether or not if it's a county road, should the county not participate?
If
in the
it's a
repaving
county,
of those roads?
I would say if it was a county road, we wouldn't have it on our list. So I'll definitely confirm that.
I'm pretty sure it is after 17 years.
Okay, all right.
Oh, so is Alfred Avenue. Alfred Avenue is a county road.
Right, right.
So
I know parts of Shades Crest is, Mr. Smith.
Is it?
I don't know about all of it.
between what intersections?
This is the terminus of Shades Crest, just east, no, it's just west of the interstate back to just west of Shady Brook Lane.
Okay.
That's that segment.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments or questions? Thank you. Resolution 893126, execute deductive change order number 1 to the contract with Rev Construction for the River Chase number 6 improvement project. Mr. Welch, how are you?
Just fine. How about yourself?
Good.
Good. Yes, this resolution authorized the deductive change order from the original contract with Rev Construction. The purpose of this here is necessary to reconcile the final quantities of work completed and the quantities originated in the original contract price. The original contract awarded price was $334,410. We did have a change order for this project for a little bit over $36,000. But with the deduct work that we're taking away, which was for asphalt placement for the original cart path, where we were able to kind of salvage some without having to use that expense, we actually came back in with a total of deduct of $25,475 for that project, bringing that final contract price to $345,615.32.
Very good. Reductions are always nice. Any other comments or questions for Mr. Welch? Got off easy. Let's see, Resolution 893226, agreement with the state of Alabama, acting by and through the Alabama Department of Transportation for a pavement condition data collection and capital improvement plan for the city of Hoover.
So this is a special project agreement between the city and ALDOT for a pavement condition assessment. Project totals around $150,000. Of which the city will be responsible for $30,000 and reimbursed for $120,000. So total allocation will be $150,000 with $120,000 of it being reimbursable. So this is very timely. We worked through the MPO, Kaz, who you met a few weeks ago, came and presented, helped push this with ALDOT. It's going to be a huge benefit to the city. Traditionally, we had an employee by the name of Keith McKay who would drive all 482 miles and rate them in one of 5 categories. So this would be a little bit more objective, using a van that has laser scanning capabilities. And a very good benefit of this as well is it's going to give us a lot of data that will be put into GIS. So once it's scanned, you'll be able to actually go into our GIS system and see the roadways color-coded according to their grade. It's going to conform to recognized standards, ASTM, and IRI guidelines. So additional benefit of this is we can approach this from a cafeteria type plan as well. So this initial assessment will give us a dashboard for the pavement only. However, while they're collecting this data, it's going to give us a lot of information on right-of-way and asset visibility that includes inventory such as sidewalks, curbs, ramps, signs, pavement markings, drainage structures, guardrails, streetlights, traffic signals, and other assets as it's cruising through town. And so down the road, after all this data is collected and we go into GIS, we'll visibly be able to see everything. However, we won't have dashboards built for all these other assets of the city. But in a cafeteria style, we can go and say, hey, why don't you do all the road signs, or do all the curbs, or do the ADA ramps down the road if we see fit. And so one last thing. So what's really nice about this too, with Keith leaving and now this new information, we'll be able to overlay the most recent visual inspection with this laser scanning and compare the two and kind of get a reliability factor for the city.
What's the time frame for completeness of this?
So actually, it's amazing. These guys can cruise along about 70 miles an hour. Not saying they're going to do that in neighborhoods, but anyhow, it should take them less than 2 weeks to drive the city and collect the data, and then afterwards, a month to 6 weeks to build our dashboards and get us the information.
Other comments or questions for Mr. Palmer?
Yes, sir. Is this vehicle self-driven or is it manned?
No, actually, so they'll have a driver, and then in the back seat, there's a person on the computer that's, monitoring as they're driving along.
And how
collecting
long,
the data.
how often would these tests be done? Annually or every
Yeah,
3
you
years?
wouldn't necessarily have to do this on a yearly basis. You can, but I would propose every 3 to 5 years that you have them scan it again. And the nice thing about it too is it's going to allow you to plan. So once you get these ratings in place, you can see, hey, what roads are 5 years out, 10 years out, and so you can start building asset management plans for your budgets in the future.
Thank you, sir.
Are these just city streets or all roadways within?
Just
the-
city streets.
Just city streets, okay. There's a number of state streets that I would like.
We could have them
Talk to
cruise
them
it, and we
about.
can provide that.
All right, any other comments or questions? Very good. Moving on to Resolution 893326, accepting a flood mitigation assistance grant and authorizing the mayor to execute the grant agreement, any and all documents related thereto. Mr. Miller.
Good evening. So I brought William Thomas with us. He's from Schultz. He helped us actually apply for this grant back in 2022. So we have just been awarded the grant for these two structures to be purchased, and he'll walk you through all the details. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to ask.
This has been a long time coming. Any comments or questions for Mr. Thomas or Mr. Miller? Anything you want to just share, Mr. Thomas?
No, I mean, other than
came
that,
all
I'm
this way.
excited that we finally got this award. I mean, this is a long time coming, and we started with 5 structures in the original application. We're down to 2 just because people couldn't wait the years that it's taken. So hopefully, once we see this being implemented, the new current property owners will see, hey, I've got a flood-prone property and this is available, and we can see about repeating the cycle and doing this again.
Can you just briefly explain what is going to happen? They're going to purchase the
Sure.
houses and,
These are flood-prone properties. This is a grant through FEMA. And essentially it is a property acquisition grant where the city will acquire the properties, the structures will be demolished, and the property will be graded, and it'll just remain open space. It'll have restrictions on it, what it can be used for. The city's not allowed to build back a new city hall or something on these properties. It is to remain open space because it is a flood-prone area.
Very good, thank you. Any other comments or questions? Appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
All right, moving on to number 10, resolution number 893426, accepting change order number 5 and authorizing the mayor to execute any and all documents necessary to effectuate the change order for the NCFI addition project.
That's correct. So this item is for change order number 5. It includes items like a second floor auditorium. This is the storefront glazing options. So to do a little bit better glazing on there to address some of the sound right there in front of their auditorium. Some office suite finish updates, rock removal. The majority of this one is in rock removal and unsuitable soils. What we found in digging out there is a lot of non-suitable material. organics, a lot of rock that was not accounted for in the initial geotechnical report. So that's the majority of what you're seeing in that piece, to the tune of $159,649.62 just for the unsuitable soil removal piece. It also includes stormline investigations, verifications. Another thing that we found when we were out there is that the existing storm lines that were buried in the ground were not exactly in the spots where we thought they were. So those had to be investigated so that we could grout fill them correctly and provide the correct support for the structure on top of it. And then the last piece is the aggregate pier and footer changes. This is due to what we found in the storm, because you can't have an aggregate footer sitting on top of a storm line or a water line that is under the ground. So wanted to make some modifications to that plan and move forward with that. So grand total, this is $230,036.28 for change order number 5. All of this will come from the $800,000 that Hoover put in and Shelby County put in. That's where that bucket will come from. We still have approximately $51,000 in the contingency piece that's in the contract, but we're waiting for a smaller piece to handle that, and when we get further down the road. As far as status on this project, we're anticipating the unsuitable soils and any trucking of soils to be reduced dramatically moving forward. We should be getting out of the ground here shortly, I would say within the next month. So that's kind of where we are with that. They've installed, at last count, approximately 2/3 of the aggregate footings that need to be put in, and we needed about 160 of those installed. So we're about 2/3 of the way through with that. And then they'll follow with the water line and follow with the footers, and then we'll start going vertical.
Comments, questions for Mr. Miller? Very good, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Number 11, Resolution 893526, Memorandum of Understanding between the City of Hoover and Hoover City Schools for city personnel to serve as instructors at the RC3 Fire and Emergency Services Academy. Chief Bentley?
Thank you, Mr. President and Council. We're in our 8th year of the RC3 program, and this is our 3rd MOU. It's just simply a housekeeping issue to reimburse the instructors. When we first started this, the city was not fully reimbursed for the instructors, but now the school system reimburses the city completely on a monthly basis as we send them invoices. And currently we have 4 instructors teaching there. The way that the contract's broken out is the school system provides 1 teaching unit that's divided between 2 instructors, and then they provide another half teaching unit that's divided between 2 instructors. And then we have a substitute instructor as well. And then one of the original instructors who retired from the fire department is still working there, but he works directly for the school system. So it's kind of a housekeeping issue, just kind of cleaning up the memorandum of understanding.
Any comments or questions for Chief? Thank you, sir.
It appears I'm on the next one, then I think Chief Morris wants me to take the $10,000 and I can use it.
You sure are. Resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a community grant agreement with Jefferson County Commission for the Hoover Police Department and authorizing the expenditure of grant funds. It does have your name down here, Chief, so I'd say.
Yes, Mr. President, Council, thank you. And we appreciate the fire department's efforts in stealing our money, but we would like to keep it. This is really honestly, from the graciousness of Commissioner Boland and the Jefferson County Commission, they recommended the police department for a $10,000 community grant. And we're going to use those funds in the myriad of our outreach efforts with the city. We're really something, like we did with the school, back to school night, movie night. Our next big event would be our public safety night in October. We're going to plan that in partnership with the Met and do a kind of a trunk or treat event. And we'll use some of the funds to purchase some of our PD branded items that we give out to the children at the schools at these events.
Very good. Any comments or questions for Chief? All right.
Thank you, sir.
Moving on to Resolution 893726, authorizing the acting director of human resources to execute an amendment to the enrollment agreement for the city's customized Blue Cross Blue Shield of Alabama plan. Mr. Munger, I believe you have this one.
Yes, sir. So in your packet, you should have a couple of items, one being a pretty dense spreadsheet of cost. So the nexus of this item is that we are proposing to change the manner of billing from Blue Cross Blue Shield, which of course has been had a long relationship with the city, and they administer our claims. And we also have the self-insured retention limit for healthcare coverage, which Ms. Minette will talk about as the next item. But this item solely deals with the administrative segment of the claims, which are administered through Blue Cross Blue Shield and previously have been administered on a percentage basis monthly as an aggregate of the claims, 7.5% for health and RX claims, and then I believe 12.59 for dental. So recently we had a meeting with our Blue Cross Blue Shield representative, and they have offered us a change in our billing benefit to a flat rate per contract. Ran the numbers on it, looked very attractive, wanted to take a little bit deeper look and kind of back test this, and that's what you see here. So I've run these numbers back 31 months, I think, to 2 full calendar years, and then year to date, and you see it broken out, medical and RX, the proposed, which is labeled as per contract, per month, PCPM, and then the savings that would have generated. And this is presented on a quarterly basis, but you'll see that only one of those quarters actually yielded a negative number, and it was negative $21 on dental only. Cumulatively, each year, this would save us, on average, I think the 3-year, 40.2% and 43.2% as a total of the year. So at our current run rate this year with our current claims, had we been on this, which we would not, we can't go retroactively, unfortunately, but we can start in the month of September, and this will save us on average around $33,000 a month for the exact service that we get right now. So as I was telling Mr. Smith before, I think this is as close to something I say would be a sure thing. There's literally no change in the service provided, and we also have the option, should council ever wish to return to the percentage model. So you
So
have a full slate
$33,000
of
a month
options,
just for the way we pay them. Awesome.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I don't know if this would be under this item or the next. I had brought this up to the mayor last week, and I know that it would increase claims. But I've spoken to a number of city employees who found that spousal insurance was lost under the previous administration a number of years ago. If their spouse has available insurance, no matter whether it's better than what the city provides or worse, typically it's worse, that they have to take that coverage, that the city cannot include them in the family plan. I would like to find out, if possible, what the anticipated claims, how much would it go up if we were to include spousal coverage, which was like that up to just a number of years ago. And it was like that for decades and decades. And I'm not, I'd like to become more educated on what it would cost the city to go back to that model and allow the employees to have spousal coverage. Now, I think public safety is probably where you see it the most between the two Chief Clays. Have y'all seen people that you've interviewed that have turned the city down because of spousal coverage? You have not?
I know it's been a topic in recruiting that we've talked about because potential applicants are aware of it.
You feel you've lost people because of it?
I would say I feel it would be a significant benefit and a recruiting tool that we could use if we had it.
I agree, but we have not had any.
Okay.
We have had a situation with an employee that it did affect, but we were unaware of that until.
Okay. That's fine, and the other departments, I'm assuming that y'all are gonna feel somewhat the same. But, I'm not saying that it's something to bring up Monday night, but as we're looking towards budgets, it might be something to bring up. But if we find that the claims is going to be quite unbearable compared to the dollars saved, then it may be that this right now is not the time because of the issues that have been left for us from the previous administration. Might be something that needs to be addressed, but this might not be the proper time for it.
Mr. Munger and Mayor, can y'all weigh in?
No, I know I do have a comparison of our benefit package that Blue Cross Blue Shield provided. We could probably build on that to kind of show a comp. But as you know, we are on a grandfathered plan, the Blue Cross Blue Shield. There are very strict limits on changes that we can make to our plan without losing that status. And, that's just something that's part of what we were meeting with Blue Cross Blue Shield about initially, is just to determine how much can we change our plan without voiding what is a quite robust package that we have already.
Without losing what status, Mr. Munger?
Grandfathered status.
Grandfather status.
Yes, like basically we have a plan that they would not offer anymore, and if we went away from it, would not offer again.
Was it grandfathered because of what the previous administration did just a few years ago, or the previous decades where it was offered?
I can't say exactly when it became grandfathered. My strong impression was that it's based off of the model that we have, where we're essentially a hybrid self-insured model and the limits that we have set.
Right.
So I don't believe it was something that.
Of course, the city was self-insured at that time, but I know the mayor knows, even in his various job functions, all the way back to patrolman, the city's gone through several health providers through all these decades, and some of them weren't very good at all.
I didn't think I was going to get one of my children out of the hospital who was born. Was that poor? But, I understand what you're saying, and we will look at it. To say that we have a comparison on Monday night would be semi-impossible.
I'm not asking for Monday night.
That we talked about, and I talked to
Okay. I was just thinking maybe before budgets are passed, before the end of September. Sure. Thank you.
Moving on to resolution number 89. I have a question. Okay, go for it.
Mr. Munger, can you point to in our packet, it's not in our packet, can you see to it that we get it before Monday?
On the,
Yes.
I sent that today, you've got a link to it.
So it's not in the packet, it's a separate item?
It'll be a separate link. It's
Okay.
a separate link that I sent earlier.
It'll be incorporated in the
All
packet
right,
for Monday.
thank you.
All right, resolution 893826, authorizing the acting director of human resources or the mayor to execute Lloyd's self-insured medical stop-loss insurance option 1.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
So this is to renew a contract with Lloyd's Insurance for stop-loss coverage. We were given two options, and we're recommending to choose option 1, which is $350,000 as a specific deductible.
Comments or questions? Got off easy.
Ma'am, is this the first time you've been before the council?
It is.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Moving on to resolution number 893926, authorizing the mayor executing an addendum to the sales contract extending the closing date to, on, or before August 31st, 2026 for the purchase of 3021 Lorna Road.
That's
Mr.
fine,
Waltrip?
Mr. President, yes. I spoke with Mr. Casanova within the last hour, and he assures me that he is going to close on or before the close of business on August 31. And I will recommend that we accept the $1,000 of non-refundable earnest money and continue to allow him to close his loan.
Other comments or questions for Mr. Waldrop? We have no one else in line to purchase this property right
That's
now. Of course,
correct.
we haven't advertised this property. Hopefully, he gets it done August 31st. After that, I may recommend that we start advertising this property.
Well, as an aside, when I spoke to Jose, I asked him if I didn't see him walking across the road in front of Our Lady of Sorrows the day before yesterday going to Mass, because I go right by there every morning. And he said, yes, that was him. And I said, well, I assume you're asking for some divine help. And he said, absolutely. I said, how many candles do you light? He said, 12. I said, we're good. So hopefully God is on Jose's side. We'll see.
Very good. Moving on to number 16, resolution number 894026, authorizing the mayor of the city of Hoover to execute a Fourth Amendment to lease agreement with RMC Investments. Well, you gonna take this one?
Council, yes, sir. As you know, we are in negotiations with the broker and the owners of the property to extend our lease on a longer-term scale. And we had a very, very productive conference call with him on Friday with Mr. Munger, myself, and our staff. And we think it'll be resolved within 30 days, and if not, certainly within the 60 days to finalize that contract. And the funds for the extension are already in our previous FY26 budget.
Very good. Any comments or questions?
Chief, have you inquired whether or not they'd be willing to sell the property?
Mr. Munger had a brief discussion with him about that on the conference call, but there was really no resolution on their end.
Well, I think, and I did pose that question. I recall you asking it previously, Mr. Smith. And the answer was essentially not at this time. There is some financing activity that's going on the site, contingent on some redevelopment that they're working on. They did say that they felt like it's something that they may entertain in some period of time. They were nonspecific, I should say, about what that timeline would be, but the immediate answer is no.
I know Mr. Wright years ago said that it would be foolish to buy this property for the amount of rent we were having to pay, but I think that's starting to turn around to where if given the opportunity at a fair price, and the other opportunities the police department has for that division to go somewhere else, and the amount of money the city would have to invest in somewhere else, we'd be better to be right where they are.
The city has invested several $1 million into this property at various points in time. We have made some requests of the landlord for a couple of items that were of significant importance to PD, primarily involving the security of the parking lot. And so what they're doing now is pricing those items, and then we will get probably an updated quote on that. But I would agree with Mr. Wright's comments on the previous rate. That previous rate absolutely was provided with in acknowledgement of the city's investment into the property.
Thank you.
Well, the original police station, of course, there's no parking over there, but Hoover Fire Station number 1's available.
Can we pass? Can we just pass? But we appreciate the offer, we really do. No, see, I knew that was going to come back around. Please let us pass.
Any other comments or questions for Chief Morris?
Thank you, sir.
All right, resolution 894126, execute an agreement with Next Level Studio for the development of a dedicated 911 website for the Hoover Emergency Communications Department.
Good evening, Mr. President, Council. So this website will be to give us a professional platform for 911 education, recruitment, community outreach, as well as to support several of our professional accreditation as well as recognition initiatives. And there's no additional funding being requested for it. It's going to be taken out of our current budget.
Comments or questions?
One question. Next Level Studios is the company that's doing it?
That is correct.
There are 3 of them listed. Where are they located?
I do not immediately have that information with me, but we have done business, the city has done business with them before. They're the ones that did the police department's website.
There's one in Mobile, is it, so we don't know which one it is. One is in Alabama and two are out of state. We don't know which one of the three right now, but we can
That's
find
right.
out,
I don't know who's going to be doing the actual work yet.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Any other comments, questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, resolution number 894826, recognizing and commending the Hoover Fire Department for achieving CFAI accreditation for a second time. Chief Bentley, welcome back.
Thank you, Mr. President, Council. So I think everyone knows we went and presented Tuesday to the Commission on Accreditation in Chicago. And so we were reaccredited. Mr. Munger attended with us. The mayor was going and had a conflict and couldn't go, but it was a good experience. It's our second round of accreditation, and we were the first department in the state to become accredited, and there are only two other departments in the state that have achieved that, and that's Montgomery and Mobile. And so I'm very proud of our members and the hard work that they put into this. There's a resolution that we'll read, I guess, and I really don't know the appropriate direction how we need to do this, but once the resolution's read Monday night, can we get a photo with the mayor and council? Is that appropriate on the consent agenda, or do we need to move this to?
We have a proclamation Monday night that'll be done before the consent agenda.
So
We know people to get it done, Chief.
Okay, thank you. So Monday night, I'd like to make just a short presentation, and we'll have some members here. So, yeah, I'm very excited about that. We're grateful for the council support, the mayor's support, and our community. Putting this together and updating our 5-year strategic plan and our standards of cover with the public involved has been very beneficial, and so we appreciate that and appreciate all the support.
It's a proud accomplishment.
Thank you.
Chief,
Comments or questions? You
Chief,
didn't get off that easy.
How many might you,
Why didn't you ask
expect
Megan
to
any
be here?
questions? You didn't ask her a question. It's her first time. You should have,
Well, she was already headed out.
All right.
In fact, I thought she was headed for the door. How many members do you expect to be here Monday? 160?
No. I don't know. There'll be,
Didn't know if we need to make more room for the picture.
I hope we'll have 10 or 12 here. I know the 6 that went up will be here, and there'll be some other members here as well.
Gene, you providing a spread for the hard work out there?
We can. Do you like Chick-fil-A?
We do, but you don't have to do that. We're good. Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
Moving on to the regular agenda, Resolution 894226, accepting a community grant from the Jefferson County Commission and authorizing the execution of documents necessary to facilitate the acceptance of grant funds for the Lake House facility located at City Hall. Mr. Munger.
Mr. President, this, similar to the item that Chief Morris talked about, is also a result of some outreach from Commissioner Boland's office. They had some funds that they requested guidance on an appropriate community project that would be a quality of life related project. We, of course, just opened bids just yesterday on the Lake House. And so that is a project that I know, we've been trying to cobble together funds from, other projects and within the upcoming request. And we have had some need for additional funding there. So put together an application to them, and we've received a contract back in the amount of $30,000 to go towards that project, which is, we'll just say in the range of $800,000 for the total build out. So that can be used for any part of construction, different professional services, architectural fees, however we see fit. If the council votes to accept it, the only real limitation is that it be expended within 1 year of receipt.
You say we opened bids yesterday. Have we had an opportunity to research to make sure those are responsible bids? And if so, what are we looking at for the lowest responsible bid?
So we have not received a official bid tabulation from the architect, but I can say that we received a very large number of bids. We got 8 bids, and 5 of the 8 were within 7% of each other, so very tightly clustered. I would say the low bid, the lowest base bid is in the range of around $800,000. We did have 3 additive alternatives regarding some railing options that we wanted to consider. And with all the adults considered, the apparent low bid, which I won't name until we get the certified number, was $873 for that project. So again, we've got a few options to work that downward, but the $30,000 would go towards that project. And I will say in the past on other community grant projects, the county, as long as it's within the same functional area, has allowed cities to reprogram those if it's necessary. Hopefully with this, it won't be.
800, okay.
11.
Almost $1 million lake house. We've talked extensively about it. It's hard for some of us to wrap our heads around the cost of the lake house. Now, we also have to recognize that this is not a regular residential build that we're building. So codes and costs and everything are substantially different for a government-based building. So keep getting those grants.
Yeah, and let me say that, what you said is correct, but what makes me feel better is the fact that last time we did this, it was a similar cost, which goes back, what, a year or two, probably. And then the fact that majority of these bids were within 7%, and unfortunately, it just shows the cost of doing business today. When you're talking about building, it's unfortunate, but I do feel good about the bids. I think we've got some realistic
Comments, questions?
Mr. Munger, this capital expenditure has been funded under a prior budget?
So I'm not completely prepared to talk about that. I know there was $500,000 in the budget, and then there's supplemental funds in the proposed budget for next year. So this would be one part of the funding priorities.
Maybe we'll know Monday night.
I can give you an answer for certain on Monday night, but I
Very
don't
good.
expect that I'll have a bid tab. It will not be ready for consideration
No,
on
no,
Monday night.
I understand
but-
that. I'm just wondering how much is already in the budget for the project. That's all.
I'll get you a firm answer on that.
Thank you.
Any other comments or questions for Mr. Munger? All right. Moving on to ordinance number 262710, exempt certain covered items from municipal sales and use tax during the last full weekend of February. It's authorized by 40-23-230 through 40-23-233 Code of Alabama, generally referred to as the state severe weather preparedness sales tax holiday. Mr. Davison.
Good evening, Mr. President and Council. This is the second reading of the ordinance. It's pretty straightforward. It's allowing us to participate in the annual severe weather preparedness holiday as we do every year and have since this started. But also it's going to set us up to do it each year automatically going forward. So we've already done something similar. I think Dr. Lopez mentioned a couple of weeks ago that we did the same thing with the back-to-school sales tax holiday.
Very good.
So this is along the same lines of that.
Comments or questions for Mr. Davison? Mr. Davison, I do have a comment after the meeting if you'll hang around.
Sure.
Please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to resolution, these will be public hearings set for August 24th. Resolution 894326. I'm going to go ahead and read these addresses for all of them. I won't read all the resolution numbers. These are weed abatements. So 4547 Highland Crest Circle, 2177 Kelly Lane, 5038 Melrose Way, 527 O'Neill Drive, and 2054 Wood Meadow Circle.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, Council. As of right now, these locations are not in conformity with the city code regarding grass and weeds, and they're scattered across town. The one on O'Neill Drive, I'm really hoping that one gets resolved before Monday night. They're very close. But I want to keep it on there until the yard is completely cut. But we'll have updates for you on Monday.
Very good. Comments, questions for Mr. Martin? All right, comments, questions before we adjourn?
Mr. President, is Spain Park home or away?
They are away at Sparkman up in Huntsville tomorrow night.
So that means everybody can come to the Hoover game.
Go Jags. But yes, Hoover Bucks play tomorrow night at the Hoover Met. It's gonna still be a hot one, but come on out and support. Any other comment?